Welcome back. Lobbying and politics. Mitt Romney has made being a Washington outsider central to his campaign for president, and he's hammered his GOP rivals for their ties to D.C. lobbyists. But a study of campaign donations finds K Street lining up for none other than Mitt Romney. Here's Stephen Stesney of First Street Research Group.
Compared to Rick Santorum, Mitt Romney, donations from lobbyists, 15 times the number of donations from lobbyists than Santorum. Mitt Romney has 11 times the contributions from lobbyists that all the three other candidates have combined.
Let's bring in our power panel. Julie Roginski, Fox News contributor and former communications director for Senator John Corzine. KT McFarland, Fox News national security analyst and host of Fox News Live's DEFCON 3. And Lise Wheel, Fox News legal analyst. I just love saying that every week, DEFCON 3.
That emphasis on that.
Awesome. So let's start with this. You know, lobbying and politics, they go hand in hand. They have for some time. You know, the Obama administration trying to veer away from it, but it tends to be just a matter of definition, perhaps some would say, with them. I'm going to start with you, KT. You have a personal story to share.
Yeah, when I was thinking of running for Congress a couple of years ago, I went to Washington and I met a bunch of congressmen. At the end of the day, they said, come on with us. We're going to introduce you to some important people. And so I went to a fundraiser, and they were all lobbyists. And the lobbyists leaned over to me, one after another, and said, if you're thinking of running, let me know. I'll have a fundraiser for you, too. And I thought, my God, they're trying to bribe me. I haven't even run. They don't know what they're putting a down payment on bribing me. The next day, I went to the Naval Academy where my daughter was a student, and I saw these young men and women who were willing to put their lives on the line for the country. And I thought, you know, why are you putting your lives on the line for a country for a bunch of people to take bribes?
And they're not. And those, out of it. The people that you saw, your son and your daughter and everybody else, they're not taking bribes. They're
not taking bribes. They're putting their lives on the line for people to take in the bribery business.
It's such a difficult situation. You know, somebody who's actually worked on campaigns and had to raise money. Either you raise money from these people, and you're absolutely right, it is legalized bribery, or you have to be a self-financed millionaire like Michael Bloomberg. And I don't know that that's any better. So the answer is, I don't know what the answer is to how to finance these campaigns where real people get a say in what you do. They're so expensive. You know, you're talking about over $1 billion that's going to be spent this year.
Let's face it, though, most of the people that do run are millionaires or even billionaires.
Exactly
they
right.
are. I mean, there's a really, you know, if you don't have that money, that initial startup money, to even get to see the lobbyists. I mean, you were known at that point. If you're just the regular Joe or Josephine out there and you don't have that kind of startup money, you're going nowhere. And it's really wrong in our country that way.
Well, without the lobbyists, though, these different industries that are represented, how do you have your voice heard on Capitol Hill by the people who can make a difference?
Can I tell you another story? The president of our local hospital, he said that, you know, we were trying to get our maternity ward modernized. We were trying to get attention from the federal government. We had nobody to pay attention to us. We hired a lobbyist, and then we immediately got exactly what we wanted. He said it was expensive hiring the lobbyists, but otherwise we weren't heard.
And as somebody who, and I'll say this, as somebody who did work on the Hill, I mean, it's a parade of lobbyists walking in. And any congressman or senator that tells you there's no correlation between the people that walk into your office during the day and the people that buy you drinks at night, though it's not legal technically, but the people that show up to your fundraisers is lying to you. And that's, I don't know what, as I said, I don't know what the answer is, because at least they're absolutely right.
But clearly the lobbyists all putting, you know, their bets on Romney in terms of who's going to win the nomination.
Then you're beholden to those lobbyists, right? If they've given you a certain amount of money, then you beholden to them and they're whatever they have, you know, that they want.
But it's not just Romney. I mean, Obama's doing, he's got just as many lobbyists.
Although I thought it was interesting with Santorum, he's had a lot of lobbyists that have worked for him, and only a small percentage of those lobbyists are actually contributing to him.
Well, Santorum was a lobbyist. Let's not forget. Santorum,
right.
That's the irony of the whole thing. So that's a revolving door. You know, you're a senator, then you become a lobbyist, then you run for office again. It's a joke.
So let's move on.